Is there anyone out there looking for a different beat and a rap edge key that belief is there to feel? Something that will have to bury after it's been through. Something that tells our time that it's time to shine. I'm tired of hearing about your dick, boy. It just ain't that important. And the size you think you've grown it to is clearly a distortment. And why are you always talking about it? Is it really that small? Is that the only thing you can do to make yourself feel tall? That and talking about how much dope you smoke, is that what you think is so impressive? And really when I look at it, it all seems so depressive. That the creativity of youth can't come up with something better. And clearly you have no energy, you'll never be a go-getter. You talk about respect, but disrespect is all you model. And the only courage that you have is in the bottom of a bottle. Your language is the language of losers, like somehow you just learned how to swear. And the things that are your priorities makes it clear that you don't care. It's all about your ego and how tough you want to be. And really in the end, all you are is a wannabe. You have the chance to pass a message that could really make a difference, rather than looking for how many places that you can make a marijuana inference. You call yourself soldiers, but your war is against your own people. You claim you don't have any other choice, but your excuse is pretty feeble. You sell the drugs of addiction to your own neighborhood just to make a buck, and then you call yourself a hero. But as far as I'm concerned, you just suck. You're selling the kid your negative attitude, while you claim you're for the youth. But you haven't enough courage to stand up and tell the truth. You don't care about anyone else, you're just taking the easy road out. You'd walk on the backs of your brothers and not care what their pain's about. It's all about your image as the big man on the street, while the lyrics of your songs teach the next generation their defeat. And they're so desperate that they grab it, because it's all you choose to give, and all they have is you, as their example of how to live. There are no heroes among you, only boys who want to be tough, acting out their video games, and when will it be enough? When will you become a real man who fights for his people's rights, rather than taking your useless violence and raising it to new heights? Kendrick dared to mimic the dreamer who was shot down for his cause. To talk about his dick, his patheticness just gives me pause. Martin Luther stood there empty-handed, but his passion was his weapon. Well, you just keep dragging around the shit in which you're forever stepping. Is there anyone out there looking for a different beat and a rap edge key that belief is there to feel? Something that will have to bury after it's been through. Something that tells our time that it's time to shine. Not every rapper is a fool, but a lot of you need to wake up from your sleep, because the garbage that you sell our youth is the future they will reap. You'd almost think it was a master plan to teach the next generation how to fail, to teach them to engage in activities that will only land them all in jail. Like that's the education that they should get, that's the new Ivy school, and they'll never know until it's too late that they've all been made a fool, that the lyrics in a rapper's song are nothing but a bunch of hype, and the aftertaste it leaves in your mouth is like a fruit that's far too ripe. So sit around smoking dope and supping crystal in the mansions that you bought them, and although they claim to be soldiers in a war, there's no one that has fought them. They're rising to fame on your desperation, they'll just sing what they know will sell. They won't respond to you if you call out, they're too busy on their cell. They're too busy with their self-investment to consider how much you've lost, fighting in a useless war where the destruction of your future is the cost, repping for a cause that only promises to defeat them, trying to survive a life that in the end will just delete them. This is a call to all you rappers, it's time to let go of your dicks, and maybe when you write your lyrics, you could think about what you pick. Maybe you could write something that would inspire youth to be successful. Maybe you could come up with a healthy way to cope when life is stressful. Maybe you could find the guts to speak the truth even if it's not as sick. Maybe you could offer the youth a future that's more important than your dick. Is there anyone out there looking for a different beat and a rap that ain't keyboard that will lead us their defeat? Something that will have to bury after it's been thrown. Something that tells our stories that it's time to shine. Is there anyone out there looking for a different beat and a rap that ain't keyboard that will lead us their defeat? Something that will have to bury after it's been thrown. Something that tells our stories that it's time to shine. Is there anyone out there looking for a different beat and a rap that ain't keyboard that will lead us their defeat? Something that will have to bury after it's been thrown. Something that tells our stories that it's time to shine.